That was a shot of the pink hour at sunset on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday morning, the sun came up from behind Laurel Mountain at about 7:40 a.m., but the sun rises at 7 a.m. We still have about 4 minutes to lose before the solstice. Then we start gaining time on the 28th. And it was 72 degrees down at the Bishop Airport yesterday. That's a record tie. They tied the record, and warm weather will continue through Friday. It is Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. Well, it's hard to think that we're getting tired of this nice weather. We've been saying nice, 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 nice since November 21st. At least that's the last time we had any measurable snowfall. And Bishop Airport yesterday tied a record since 1958. Yesterday was 72 degrees down at Bishop Airport for a high with a low of 28 this morning. That's a wide range of temperatures down in the Owens Valley. Barometric pressure up there at 30.24. Down at Mammoth Airport yesterday it was 63 degrees with a low of 18. Figure that one out, 63 minus 18. Here in town it was 58 degrees. That was a shot of the pink hour last night at sunset, and then the sun rises this morning at 7 a.m., but it's not until about 7:40 a.m. before the sun comes up behind Laurel Mountain. It is Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. Hello everyone, I'm Dan McConnell. So the sun's rising at 7 a.m., sets at 4:37 p.m. That's about 9 hours and 38 minutes of sunlight this time of the year as we're nearing the shortest days. The 21st on the winter solstice is the shortest day. We have about 4 more minutes to lose, and then about a week later on the 28th, we actually start gaining time at the beginning, and I think it's just at the end of the day at first. But anyway, the shortest days of the year are here right now. Mammoth Mountain's still holding their own with 15 lifts open and a big weekend coming up with the Night of Lights on Saturday night and Fits and the Tantrums on Friday night up at the Limelight. And I just learned today actually that the Fits and the Tantrums. It was a skier, and he's been coming up to Mammoth since he was a little kid, so that makes sense. I can't wait to see that concert, Fits and the Tantrums, and their hit songs. And then it looks like we're going to have nice weather for that, and then maybe next week we might get some measurable precipitation. But there hasn't been enough snow for Mammoth to be making any snow, but yet they still have 15 lifts open, and the village gondola is open. So if Bishop hit 72 again today, it'll tie a record set in 58, and the temps will tempt records through Thursday and maybe even Friday. And while we all continue to enjoy this nice weather, up in the Pacific Northwest they've been getting lots of rain, there's actually an atmospheric river up there. And in the northern tier states and the Midwest and out east they've been getting a lot of snowfall, although to them a lot of snowfall is 6 inches to a foot of snow. We could use about 2 to 3, 4 feet. Bring it on, bring it on. So enjoy this weather while you can. That resilient ridge is losing some of its grip, and maybe by next week there's a chance of precipitation, but confidence is low. This is definitely not a trend toward wetter weather, at least not yet. Time for some snow dancers to come out. So Mammoth has 70 runs open, 16 groomers. They're open from 8:30 until 4. The beginners are encouraged to start up at Main Lodge. The run down to Chair 16 or the Canyon Express is pretty thin, and I don't think you can take that beginner run off the schoolyard chair to the right as you look up. The looker's right, skier's left. So just the run over by the Canyon Express is open, and that will be used for the Torchlight Parade, hopefully on Saturday night. In 1817 on this day, Mississippi became the 20th state. In 1869, women were granted the right to vote in Wyoming Territory, 1869. And it wasn't until 1958 the first domestic passenger jet flight took place with 111 passengers from New York to Miami. It was in a Boeing 707. 1998, 6 astronauts arrived at the new space station. It's Emily Dickinson's birthday, Meg White of the White Stripes, That makes sense. And 11 locals that I know are people that used to live here. Bill Meadov, the winger foiler guy. Happy birthday, Bill Meadov. Jenna Carter's birthday. Richard Schaefer's birthday. Lynn Creighton's birthday. Adam Lovejoy, just saw him yesterday. He's recovering soon from an injury. Sorry about that, Adam, but happy birthday to you today. Brett Biller's birthday. Fisher guy, John Balestra's birthday. Tom Galt, remember Tom Galt in your thoughts and prayers and his family and friends. He passed away fairly recently. Happy birthday, Tom Galt. Jonathan Silva's birthday. Melissa Manoja, and Karen Lichter's birthday. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Make today the best day ever. Just gotta love this weather. You have to, because it's here and it's now. I guess Dave's is still okay, but be smart up there if you're riding the hill.